but we'll move on to the final pair. On the ring, Casey Dawson of the United States, 23 years old, and Riku Tsuchiya of Japan, 26 years old. Dawson is in computer engineering. As you imagine, at the University of Utah, a lot of these students balancing work or skating and school.
Go to start. Red.
Dawson's story for the 2022 Olympic Games in Beijing. Tested positive for COVID-19 2 weeks before the game started. Wasn't able to take the flight with his teammates. Did not feel symptomatic, but continued training. And having been tested 45 times, he finally got the necessary 4 negative tests that allowed him to leave to the games. He landed in Beijing 12 hours before he was supposed to compete in the 1,500 meters. And then not only that, that's when he discovered some of his luggage had been lost along the way. And so he not only had to pass another COVID-19 test, he also had to borrow some equipment from the Latvian skater Harold Silovs. Of course, Silovs, fun fact, is I remember covering speed skating at the 2010 Olympics in Vancouver, and Silovs competed in long track and then headed right over to compete in short track the same day. But anyway, back to Dawson's story. After borrowing equipment, he took part in the 1500, finished 28th, and then finishing in bronze, winning bronze as part of the U.S. team pursuit side. The first medal in team pursuit since 2010. And so the word ordeal comes to mind for Casey Dawson, but in the end it all paid off with an Olympic medal. Now Tsuchiya, born and raised in Karuizawa, which is around Nagano. So of course he trains at that more southern oval. And I respect this for Riku Tsuchiya. Lists under hobbies, visiting hot springs. And if you have ever been to Japan and got to experience an onsen, I would totally understand if you listed it as a hobby. In my mind, there are few things as relaxing as an onsen. Life-changing experience. But anyway, travels to Japan aside, Tsuchiya, a lot of his international success has come in the team pursuit. Single distance championships medalist, multiple World Cup medalist as well. Tsuchiya actually teamed up with Seitaro Ichinoue, who we just saw in the previous pair, and Shane Williamson to become the first male ski skaters from Japan to win a team pursuit medal at the World Single Distance Championships. Ironically enough, silver 2020 right here in Salt Lake City. And it's certainly pretty close between these two right now, with Dawson out in front. We're past the halfway mark now. Dawson is about 4 seconds off the time set by Fish. And we know Fish didn't really lose much time on his laps. So Dawson's going to have to find something, either he or Tsuchiya actually. They're lapping pretty consistently right now, pretty close to each other. 5 laps to go. 2,000 meters. Dawson lapping about a half second quicker than Tsuchiya there. Back down at the 29.2s. That's closing the gap a little bit on Fish. And closing it again. Look at that, 29.8. What does Dawson have left in reserve? He is certainly closing the gap right now. All of Dawson's international medals, World Cups, Olympics come in the team pursuit, chasing a 4 continents medal, the first international medal by himself. Now it's down even more, 28.5. It's down to 1.6 seconds, certainly feeling the support from the home crowd now. If he stays in the 28.5 range, he is going to be chewing up large chunks of time. Casey Dawson, late push. Graham Fish now looking on a little nervously, I'm sure. 2 laps to go for the American at home. 28.75. Now it's within half a second. Surely at this pace, it won't be long until he's up into the green. Tsuchiya in third at the moment. Casey Dawson, his personal best time is 6:10.8. I'm not sure that's going to challenge it right now, but he's certainly challenging the top of the leaderboard. I think he's picked up this turnover. Now he's in the green. 18 hundredths of a second. That lap time did slip. It is very much game on. How much more time will Casey Dawson lose, or is he just going to save it for one final sprint? There in the bottom right corner, it's down to 2/10. Still in the green, just hanging on. What direction is it going to go next? Fish still the leader, but will it last for much longer? I don't think so. It's down to a 10th. Dawson just, oh, and it's even. It is even. 6:14.16. Identical to Graham Fish. My goodness. Can you believe it?